Okay, welcome to the first chemistry, excuse me, C2 podcast, and today we are going to talk about, or I'm going to talk about, ionic bonding. So there's two types of bonding, three types of bonding you need to know, but there's two main types, ionic covalent and metallic. So we're going to look at ionic bonding. So, before we start, we need to be clear in our minds what an ion is. That is mentioned in the name ionic bonding. So what is an ion? An ion is an element that has lost or gained electrons. 2 marks there. Element lost or gained electrons. And that's a very, very common question. Define the term ion. So what does that mean, lost or gained electrons? Well, let's draw some examples. Lithium is in group 1. We know it's in group 1 because it's got 1 electron. The lithium is 7, 3. So it's got 3 electrons in total. It's got 1 electron in its outermost shell. Now it wants to lose that electron so it can be happy. All elements want to fall out of shell. So if it loses 1, it will fall out of shell because 2 is the maximum this shell can occupy, so it will therefore be full. But when that takes place, we need to put brackets round, and we need to put a plus. So it's lost 1 electron, so it's happy by 1. Okay? So that's now a positive ion. Right. Let's draw the next one. Let's take oxygen. Oxygen is 16.8. So 2 electrons there, and it's got 6 left. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So it has got 6 on its outermost shell. It's therefore in group 6. It is a non-metal. And when it gains 2 more to make that 8 that it desperately wants, we have to signify what's happening by putting brackets round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is gained 2 electrons. So it's now going to be 2 minuses. Gain 2 negatives, it's going to be 2 minuses. These are examples of ions, a positive ion and a negative ion. Now when these come together, they are going to bond because opposites attract. Excuse me, frog in my throat. So let's put that into words. A lithium ion will bond with an oxygen ion because they have opposite charges which attract. That is that in words. So if lithium comes in the vicinity of oxygen, it will give up its electrons, oxygen will take it, and then they will bond. Opposites attract. So ionic bonding, put up here, happens usually with a metal and a non-metal. Okay. Right, some of the bits and bobs then. It's only a short podcast, this one. You'll be glad to hear, of course. Is formulas. Sometimes you'll get questions that give you 2 ions and say, what formula will this be? So let me show you the trick of the trade for this one. So the question might be, Li minus F plus. What's the formula of these 2 ions when they bond? So these are going to bond. So this lithium has lost 1, fluorine has lost 1. So what you do is you write the elements with space, and then you look, I've got one here and one there. So I've got 1 and 1, so I don't have to do anything to that. So that is the formula of that. I could put 1 and 1 there, but it'd be pointless. So I've already said that. Just like in maths when you've got x, you need to put 1x. X is fine. So, let me see the next one, which might help a little bit more. Lithium. That's meant to be plus one. So. Lithium plus oxygen 2 minus. So I've got, just like the example above, what formula would that create? Well, you write underneath, and you take the 2, crisscross. Crisscross. But again, I don't need to put 1 there, because I've already got 1. So, next one. Magnesium, 2 plus. Oxygen, 2 plus. Right underneath the elements, crisscross the numbers. So do that, but there's no point, 2 and 2 cancel each other out, so they can go, so it's MgO. Okay, it's only 1 mark question, this is. If you can remember, just circle the number and crisscross it. Oh dear. Remember, you circle the number and crisscross it. You haven't seen that last bit, but hopefully by showing you that now, you can see what's happened. See how I've crisscrossed? Circle the number, put it in. Right then. In general, ionic bonding could form giant structures. So giant ionic structures. Properties of these are as follows. Well, I'll give an example first. NaCl. That makes a massive ionic giant structure. NaCl has got a high melting point. High boiling point. Strong bonds. And conducts if dissolved or melted down into molten. Does not conduct as a solid. Okay? So if you think of salt, if you put electricity through salt, you wouldn't get no electricity flowing. However, if you dissolved it in water, then you would get electricity flowing. It would allow it through the free ions. So that is ionic bonding in a nutshell. Have a go at the questions. There is a 6 mark on there, so have a go at it, please. Until next time.